Welcome to your day 14 yin class. Today's organ we are focusing on is the lungs. We're going to begin down on our back, so when you're ready you take yourself down to your back, having your bolster and your blocks today just in case you would like them for extra support. So once you find yourself on your back, just extending the legs out long or using that support of the bolster underneath your knees, bringing your arms down by your side and your palms facing up. And closing down your eyes here if that feels comfortable for you on your back. And just noticing any sounds that you can hear. Noticing the temperature on your skin. Noticing the sensation of clothing on your skin. And just observing here how your body is feeling this morning, how you are feeling this morning, noticing what's showing up within the stillness. And can you connect this observation to your breath? Noticing what your breath is telling you today. Is your breath reflecting calmness or anxiousness or stress? Maybe your breath feels expansive or closed off. And from your breath, can you sense your breath entering into your lungs? Visualizing your lungs like two balloons either side of your breastbone in your chest cavity. Feeling them expand on your inhale. Feeling them deflate on your exhale. And these are your lungs that are a part of the respiratory system. This system is a group of organs that work together to help you breathe. The main job of this system is to transport oxygen and remove extra carbon dioxide from the body. Continuing to witness that inflation of the lungs and the deflation of the lungs. Can you help consciously your lungs take in more oxygen? Can you consciously help your lungs expel more carbon dioxide? Breathing in life force, energy, and breathing out waste. And tapping in here to where the lung meridian channel is in our body. And this channel begins deep in our solar plexus. It descends up to meet the small intestine and then winds up past the stomach, crosses the diaphragm. And here it divides into each entering the lungs. From the lungs, it comes back out, reunites together, passes up the middle of the windpipe to the base of the throat. And here it divides again, surfacing in the hollow region near the front of the shoulder. And from this space it passes over the shoulder and down the front of the arm to the wrist. And at the base of the wrist, it draws to the thumb to finish at the corner of the thumbnail. Just breathing across that line from your solar plexus all the way up to the lungs, into the lungs and back out over the chest, up to the front of the shoulder, down the front of the arm, to the wrist and the side at the base of the thumb, to finish at the corner of the thumbnail. So working with opening and drawing more energy to this channel today through lots of opening of the chest, the arms. So we're going to begin first by gently opening the chest, finding our Sphinx pose. So when you are ready, just slowly where you are, you can just roll straight over to your belly, maybe drawing your bolster up towards you if you need. And we can use our bolster to support our Sphinx pose here, bringing the bolster underneath the belly. Placing elbows underneath shoulders, hands just come out from the elbow creases, arms are nice and long. And here you can allow your head to hang, or you can choose to open and drop the head back. Now, if this feels too much for your lower back, you can find a stack of the hands. You can still keep your prop underneath if you need, or if that feels too much, nice noisy truck. If that feels too much, we can release the bolster from underneath us and just keep the stack of the hands or the fists. So choosing what feels most comfortable for you to hold in a relaxed position. And when you're ready, again, maybe choose to close down your eyes. Maybe choose to focus on the lungs filling and emptying. And for the last couple of minutes, if you would like to take this opening through the front body deeper, we can find our still pose, bringing your hands to the top corners of your mat and just starting to lengthen through the arms. Again, if it feels too much for the back, bring yourself back down. And we can, of course, here still choose to allow the head to be heavy, neutral, or drop the head back, opening through the throat. Just one more minute here. And then if your arms are extended, just come back to Sphinx pose for a moment. And here we start to move into a rebound on our belly. Just moving the bolster off to the side, or maybe finding that nice drape over the bolster if you want to place it underneath your hips. And extending the arms out long, just dropping your left cheek down to the mat. You can always choose to remain in your rebounds for a little longer and skip any poses as well if your body still needs that time to integrate whatever pose that you have done. Otherwise, we are going to take our next pose, and as an option, just bringing your bolster down beside the left leg. Finding a nice chest opener here as we bring our left arm out on a 45-degree angle from the shoulder. I want you to think about rolling the head of the shoulder bone in towards the earth. Keeping the left cheek grounded, we take the right leg and bring it up and over the left. Now here you can maneuver that bolster to rest your right leg on if you like, or you can ground the toe and open up through the hip, keeping the knee up towards the sky. And that right hand here can stay in a half push-up, or maybe choose to extend the arm, bring the back of the hand to the lower back. And softening through your throat, through your jaw here. Even finding a nice deep breath into the lungs and relaxing into the next few minutes in this hold. And deep breath into the lungs. And really, really gently we roll back onto tummy to exit this pose. And we're going to move straight into the opposite side. So realigning the hips back through center. Moving your bolster down the right side of the leg if you want to use it to place the left leg on. We extend the right arm out long, roll the right shoulder in towards the earth. And we take the left toes up and over. And choosing to keep the left arm as a support. Or we can bring the left fingertips high, flip the hands, back of left hand to the lower back. Big breath into lungs, softening face, jaw, shoulder. A few more breaths here. using our next couple of breaths to slowly release, rolling back onto tummy. Being really, really gentle with that right shoulder as we come out. And coming to hold in a rebound, this time dropping the right cheek down to the earth to rebalance through the neck. And from our bellies, we bring our hands in beside the rib cage, just gently pressing off of our tummy. Just finding a narrow child's pose here for a moment, bringing belly to thighs, fingertips back towards the toes. Just allowing the shoulders to round and relax over the thighs. And pressing up into a seat from here, we make our way into our reclined butterfly. So grabbing your bolster and a block if you wish to take your incline option, or maybe you choose for block at the end of the bolster. We bring the bolster lengthways behind and prop the block underneath the bolster, or we can lay the bolster flat on the earth, or we can bring the bolster across the shoulders to find a deeper opening through the lungs, through the chest and through the front of the arms. So bringing soles of feet together, we knock the knees out wide. You can always take the option to just keep the legs long here, as we're not so much focusing on the inner thigh channels. We're really just focusing on this opening of the chest. So choosing what feels nice for you today. And bringing bolster underneath the shoulder blades. And as always, arms can come overhead or maybe out wide to the side, just making sure your head is grounded to the earth, or maybe another block. And finding a beautiful deep breath into the lungs. And softening the chest, the shoulders, the arms as you exhale. And we're halfway here. Rechecking back into any areas of the body that have come to be tense. Can you drop into another layer of your tissues? And for these last few moments just here, becoming aware of the consciousness of the lungs, those emotions or situations that affect the lung channel and that the lungs govern. Acceptance, communication, control, courage, grief, justice, letting go, manifesting, reactiveness, receiving, release, surrender, responsiveness, suffocating, vitality, and vulnerability. And taking one final big breath into the lungs as you start to prepare to exit from your reclined butterfly. Being very gentle with your head if your head was released to the earth, if your neck was quite open. Maybe guiding the head back, chin to chest with the hands. Pressing maybe first into the forearms, the hands, to push your back away as you come to make your way to a rebound, bringing knees over bolster. Extending legs out long, arms out long. Remembering to make sure the heels are grounded to the earth if you do have the support of knees under bolster. Finding a full body of breath as you inhale through the nose. Continuing to drop deeper and deeper into your body's tissues as you exhale. from your back, finding that transition on your side first as you rise to move into our next pose. So we're finding our puppy pose next, making your way into a tabletop position to begin, and just double checking that your knees are right underneath your hips. So we're not in a child's pose for this time. Often it can be a little confusing and we sink our hips back, but we want to keep the hips lifted up and over the knees. Then placing your bolster in front of your torso. This is first option, is to come rest the heart and chest down to the bolster, and we're reaching the arms forward. Maybe you choose to drop head to left or right cheek. And if you have the space, you don't have to bring the bolster underneath you. Maybe you want to use it for your head or grab a block for forehead as we come and drop the chest, the forehead down to the earth. And if you want to take it even deeper and have the space, we can drop the chin to the ground and look forward. So just sensing where hips are in space, so they're not dropping towards the heels or dropping too far forward. I want to think about gravity drawing down through the back of the heart to the front. If this does feel too intense, any of those options, you can find nice wide-legged child's pose here, melting the heart to bolster or to the earth. Just one more minute here. Breathing into chest, allowing the heart melt a little bit closer to the earth. And really gentle as you walk the hands back towards the body. And exiting to come to meet in a seated position using your bolster, your blocks, any of your props you need for support. You can be cross-legged or kneeling. So we're going to finish with one of my favorite breath practices, focusing on the lungs. If you do find it hard to be seated or not comfortable to be seated, just you can practice this on your back also. So once you've found your seat, so I want you to bring your hands to your lap or to your thighs, find a nice long spine and settle in here, just observing your natural breath. And visualizing your lungs. I want you to start to divide your lungs into 3 sections. So we have the lower lobe of the lungs. We have the middle of the lungs. Then we've got the upper lobe. We're going to take 3 breaths in. So we'll inhale, feel the lower lung. We'll inhale again, feel the mid lung. We'll inhale again, feel the upper lung and hold the breath in at the top. We're going to exhale in one exhale breath completely. So we'll find a cycle of breath to prepare. Deep inhale from lower, mid, upper lung. Then a full breath out. Inhale, lower lung and hold. Inhale to middle of the lungs and hold. And inhale to upper lobes, hold the breath in. Full lung of breath we hold. And exhale completely. Taking a sip in, feeling lower lungs. Pause. Feeling mid lung. Pause. Feeling to the top, feeling up to upper lung. And hold the breath in at the top. Keeping face, shoulders soft as you hold the breath in. And then exhale fully. Inhale, lower lobes. Pause. Inhale, middle of the lungs. Pause. Inhaling, upper lung. Pause, holding the breath in. And exhale completely. And going in reverse now, taking a full breath in, feeling the lungs completely. We exhale just a little, releasing from the upper lung. Pause. Exhaling, middle of the lungs. Pause. Exhaling, lower lung. Hold the breath out at the bottom. And taking a deep breath in, feel the lungs. Exhale from upper lung and pause. Exhale mid-lung and pause. Exhale from lower lungs, pause, hold the breath out at the bottom. And one final round, deep breath in, feel the lungs. Exhale from upper lung and pause. Exhale middle of the lungs and pause. Exhale lower lung and pause, hold the breath out at the bottom. Softening the whole body, empty of breath. And deep inhale, full body of breath. Long exhale out through the mouth. And from here, making our way down to pentacle pose, finding rest on your back, or you're more than welcome to finish in a seated meditation. Just taking your time, moving slowly, outstretching the body on your back. And finding rest here. And body full of fresh oxygen, maybe moving smoother, more freely, more flow through the body from this nourishment of the lung and the lung channels. In these deep breaths, this deep observation, or the ability to observe deeply through the stillness, just witnessing any reactions you notice physically or energetically in the body as we retouch with the consciousness of the lung. If anything does show up, as always, take a deep breath into that space, letting go of what may be seen as waste in your system out through the mouth. Acceptance. communication, control, courage, grief, justice, letting go, manifesting, reactiveness, receiving, release, surrender, responsiveness, suffocating, vitality, vulnerability. And breathing into all of that as a whole. Any points that do not serve, just releasing one last time out through the mouth. And choosing to stay longer or starting to wiggle through toes, through fingers. Releasing any cracks and pops out through the ankles, the wrists, a little roll of these joints. A rocking of head from side to side and just moving to one side, taking a few breaths to transition to rise into a seat. And closing our practice together, bringing hands to prayer, thumbs to third eye, repeating in your mind, I create my own reality. Bringing thumbs to lips, I speak my truth. Bringing thumbs to heart, I follow my heart. Breathing deep into lungs, filling the body with beautiful oxygen. And releasing any waste through our exhale breath. Thank you for joining for day 14. Namaste.